That's a tough question, man. I mean, Blake's night was pretty historic, and then Yoshi finished the game. Both equally incredible. The thing that stood out most to me was Yoshi giving up the leadoff homer, and then that really being the only damage all game long. That was pretty impressive, and he found a way to gut through some innings there, and there was a couple innings where he lost the command a little bit and still found a way to navigate around that. So they're both equally impressive. I don't know which one you'd rather pick, but I guess technically Yoshi finished the game. So
what has it meant for you guys to get this level of starting pitching and to see Yama go and complete that game tonight?
It's just incredible. We said before this postseason started, our starting pitching was going to be what carried us, and so far it's been exactly that. What is that now? It's 8 games we've played, 7 quality starts. That's pretty impressive, and if you're trying to build the recipe to win games, that would be where you would start.
Dylan?
Max, 6, 7, and 8, you guys were able to tack on some runs there. What have you guys maybe figured out offensively that's kind of allowed you guys to do that today?
Just getting guys on base. Anytime you can create traffic, especially in the postseason, it puts a lot of pressure on the opposing pitchers. And, in these types of environments, the heart starts racing a lot, and that creates a lot of havoc on the pitcher. And, anytime you can get guys on base, it just amplifies that. And, they're more liable to make mistakes, and we just found a way to take advantage of a couple pitches.
Steve, second row on the right.
I know with the expanded postseason format these days, that in this era, there are a lot more postseason games than before. But to break the Dodgers franchise record for postseason homers tonight, just what does that mean to you to kind of have that record to yourself?
Yeah, it means a lot to me. The Dodgers are a franchise that have been around for a very, very long time. A lot of very successful players have played in this organization, and to be able to break that record, it's kind of huge for me. But the biggest thing that I always say is it speaks to the fact that I've had a chance to play in so many postseason games, and that's the biggest thing about being a Dodger is you're going to have a chance in October to play meaningful baseball games, and to be able to have that chance every single year that I've been here, that's always been the most important thing to me. You get as many chances as you can to win that World Series. That's the reason why you play this game, and to hold a little history in a great organization like the Dodgers, it's huge.
The second row all the way on the left.
Did you think for even just a second that Frelick got that one again?
Oh, I definitely thought he caught it. Yeah, because that back wall is so close to the center field wall. I didn't see the ball bounce at all, and so when I didn't see it bounce, I thought he came down with it again. And I was about to be very, very frustrated, but when I saw him kind of sit on the ground, that's when I realized he didn't have it, and I was obviously very ecstatic. It's a big home run in that moment, and get us another run, get another run for Yoshi to go out there and just feel a little bit more comfortable. And in the back of my mind, I also knew that one broke the record, and so for me, that was it was just a really cool moment.
Let's go to Russell on the far right, second row.
Max, you guys have a 2-0 lead going back to LA. The way this team has been built, it's for these moments in October. But do you feel like there's another level you guys can still get to?
Yeah, man. Offensively at least, there's still some opportunities that we can take advantage of, and we haven't fully done that. It's really hard to say the pitching can step up any more than what they've been doing. But I know, from our standpoint offensively, there are still some moments that we could take advantage of, and so yeah, I still think there's another gear in there, but at the end of the day, we're winning games, and that's the most important part. It doesn't matter how you do it, just you find a way to come with a W, and that's what we've been doing.
Let's go to Daisuke, second row in the middle.
Hi, Max. You have seen Yamamoto last 2 years. Do you think this is the best you ever seen?
I think it's the most comfortable I've seen him, for sure. The more I've gotten to know him, the more I still think there's more in there, and I think he thinks there's more in there too, which is really hard to say because he's been incredible this year. He's, been our most reliable guy, and, going all the way back to last year in the postseason, he's been our guy through the postseason, and, he looks really, really good. But like I said, to me, it's the most comfortable I've seen him. Just, you make that transition, you come to a new country, a new baseball league. It's really, really tough. And, I think it took him a little bit last year to kind of find that groove. And, the way he showed up in spring this year, you could definitely tell he was a lot more comfortable, being around the guys, just how everything works, the season. And this year, he's just kind of taken it to a whole nother level. And despite all of that, I do still think there's more in there for him. He's just incredible the way he goes about pitching, goes about attacking hitters. You know, the number of pitches he can throw, the number of pitches he can command. It's really, really, really impressive.
All right, thanks, Max. We'll see you back in LA.
All right.
We'll bring Doc.